Last Sunday I went to the Riders Festival in the Rosmalen. A bunch of motorcycle brands had a stand where you could test drive a couple of models. So here are the bikes I rode, and a short summary of what I think about them. Side note, I'm still quite a novice. I took lessons on a Yamaha XJ6 and now own a Suzuki GSF 650, and these two bikes are my point of reference. Honda X80V 750. It was quite disappointing. It is not as agile as a smaller scooter, and it is not as exciting as a true motorcycle. Kind of fun to drive, but that is about it. For the almost 16,000 euros, it is not worth it. Harley Davidson Lowrider S. I can see the appeal now. Good acceleration, loud noise, shifting a gear up and letting the clutch go too fast will aggressively launch you forward. It is a beast of machine and it has a certain aura, but it's not something for me. Yamaha MT-09. Fine, nothing to say about it really. My Suzuki Bandit reigns supreme. Suzuki GSX-8. It's quite small, nimble, quite powerful. Fine, but I miss the heavy feeling. KTM Duke 990R. Somewhat disappointing, and I really dislike the fact that the dashboard is essentially a tablet. The Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. If Harley Davidson is the problem child, the Super Meteor is the well-adjusted to society younger brother. Changing gears is pretty relaxed. The engine sound has a vibe that is not too obnoxious, and it has decent acceleration. It is smaller than, it's quieter than, and it's cheaper than, but on its own it was fun to ride and it has a special feel to it. Kawasaki KLE 500. Again somewhat disappointing. The gas response was not great, cornering didn't feel that good, and it's also not that powerful. There are just better options in my opinion. Honda CBR 650. I was ready to leave, but I had to wait for my companions to finish, and the Honda stand was the only stand that lets you just take anything that is standing there. So as I walked by, I saw this beauty standing there. I asked the guy, "Can I take this one?" He said yes, of course. "May I scan your QR code? And can the marketing team at Honda contact you with newsletters?" I said sure. I took the bike and asked him if there were any things I should be wary of. He says it has e-clutch. I ask him what does that entail. He says that it means that you don't have to pull the clutch to shift up or down, just hit the shifting gear. I hold down the clutch to start the bike. It's in neutral. The guy starts smiling and tells me to put it in first and to release the clutch. I do as he says. The bike is in first gear, clutch is out and it is not moving. My mind is somewhat blown. The guy, with a broad smile, tells me to just go and flick the gearbox in whatever direction I desire, and to not worry about the clutch lever. I start my round. The clutchless shifting coupled with race-like handling made for an extremely memorable ride. The only downside is that you sit so hunched over, and even though I am in my mid-20s, my back was already starting to ache a bit. Some honorable mentions. Aprilia RVS4 Factory. I thought I had booked at a quarter to one, apparently it was a quarter past one. Incidentally, my brother, who has the same initials as me, also booked at a quarter to one. So I almost stole his spot. We both had the booking at 2:30, and as it was I who was retarded, I ceded my brother's spot to my brother, and asked the guy at the stand to cancel my booking, as I could not have attended even if I wanted to. This means that I, sadly, could not drive a 220 horsepower super sport bike. And last but not least, the Suzuki V-Strom 1050. My Supreme Suzuki Bandit 650 had a nail in the back tire, so sadly I could not drive it to the Riders Fest. Thankfully my father lended me his V-Strom, and now I'm going to tell the internet it is substandard to my glorious Bandit. Corners not that great, doesn't really feel that powerful. Apparently it also has clutchless shifting of gears, only told to me after we have already gotten back. The upright sitting position and the quite high seat allows you to look down to other people on the road with a signature look of superiority, so in that case it's alright. The trip you take with the bike was always the same, and consisted mainly of back roads and provincial roads. A couple corners here and there, some stretches to speed up a bit, in total about 11 kilometers of trying out the bike, which took between 15 to 25 minutes. There was someone wearing a white vest riding in front of the pack and one behind the pack. Halfway through the day, the organizers started to tell everyone to start driving more mindfully with the local residents, which was a bit weird as the pace is set by the white vest wearing pack leaders, who sometimes also like to jank the gas handle a little bit. Some vendors for food, drinks, biking clothes and other supplies were also present. There were also some demos, exhibitions and musical performances, but I missed them as I was too busy trying as many bikes as I could. The only problem was the fact that I didn't really care about what type of bike I rode. I came to experience all different kinds of motorcycles, and every time the booth employee would ask like sporty, cruiser, touring, low torque, high torque, etc, etc. And I was like, I don't really care, is that thing over there available? And after some time it got a bit annoying to have the same conversation over and over again. All in all, I had a fun time. I got a lot of practical information and for that I am grateful, and I would happily go again next year.